angel fly within my life, beside me in all I do.
Hi beautiful people, I'm Anna Grace Taylor and welcome to your year reading for 2020. Now I'm going to be pulling one card for each month of the year ahead, but I'm also going to be pulling a card from 3 different decks. So first of all, in January, we'll start with the Angel Tarot by Radleigh Valentine. Then in February, we'll use the Angel Prayers deck by Kyle Gray. And then the Illumination Oracle by my dear friends Beth Young and Sally Claridge. So you'll get 3 different kinds of cards, all with very loving energy guiding you throughout the year. Now remember, we all are going to have a different experience. This is more of a guide for us to make the most of the energy available to us, to give us a bit of a heads up about kind of the focus that each month will bring us, where we might want to work on, what we can be open to throughout the year. So I hope you enjoy it, and we'll start with January and the Angel Tarot cards. Okay, now this is really interesting because this is the same card that we ended last week's reading with. So very much confirmation that this is the energy we'll be working with in January. It says you've come into your own, new partnerships and contracts, continue to move forward. So really seeing January as a new phase, not necessarily rushing into action, but more from an empowered space. Who do you want to surround yourself with? What decisions do you want to make? What can you do from a place of feeling powerful and connected, remembering that your power is love? So how can you move forward knowing that you are not only supported, but you are completely empowered by the same love and guidance as our beautiful angels? Okay, so this is a very empowering start to the year and of course the decade. So that's January. February is a beautiful card, given that we often focus on romantic love in February. This is a reminder that love never dies. Loved one in heaven, it says. And this beautiful prayer says, thank you, loved ones in heaven, for drawing close at this time. So you may want to remember that your loved ones are forever connected to you by love. If you are missing them during this time, or if you're feeling like you've lost love and never going to find it again, this is a reminder that they are always with you, that they are always guiding you, and you can ask them for a sign, especially during February, they're saying. This beautiful angel is also saying to us that we are always receiving guidance and messages, not only from our loved ones but from our angels. So we may feel particularly intuitive in February, so pay attention. Okay, March. So this card is the first card from the Illumination Oracle by my dear friends Beth Young and Sally Claridge, and it is transformation. What a beautiful card. So as we go into March, which for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere is spring, we're really going to feel like they're saying a lot of the steps that we have taken in the beginning of the year will really start to reap the benefits of that, and we'll start to see the outer changes in our lives because of the inner work that we've been doing through the winter. It's also, again, a really sense of us shining brightly. This beautiful yellow energy around the angel reminds me again of our solar plexus, of how empowered we can and will feel through this time and through the year. Honestly, I've been getting a lot of messages about how empowering this year can be if we decide for it to be. So we let go of being a victim and we step into our truth, step into our light, because that honestly is what's going to bring us most peace and what's going to bring about change in the world. So transformation for March. And as we head into April, now this is really interesting because this card from the Angel Tarot is 9 of fire. It says expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies and sleepless nights. So this is a reminder, having felt really powerful and made some really big changes and feeling really empowered, that our ego might get the better of us and have us start to worry or start to talk ourselves out of the good that we're experiencing, or perhaps something is a bit challenging and we're expecting, all of these different things. So in April, don't let your mind, don't let your fear get the better of you. Come back to center and remember that you're going to serve yourself and the situation a lot better if you focus on the outcome that you actually want rather than worrying. Remembering that our worries are actually prayers for more and more that we don't want. So whether it's a personal thing or globally, it's really important to keep our thoughts focused, especially around April. Okay? So as we go into May, sorry, I'm getting confused. There's another card from the Angel Prayers deck, Transformation. So how's that for confirmation? This card is represented by the Archangel Zadkiel, and it says, "Thank you, Zadkiel, for supporting me to transform from my past challenges." Again, so they're reminding us that change is absolutely possible, and having perhaps thought the worst, it's actually a time for us to really rise up out of our wounds, rise up of, oh, this happened to me, so this will be bad again, and into a place of power, transforming your past and turning your pain into power, as that word keeps coming up again, power. So this beautiful angel Zadkiel is very clearing, very helpful at transmuting the light, the pain into the light. You can use his violet energy, a bit like Saint Germain's violet flame, to clear away anything that is keeping you stuck and heavy, and help you to feel much, much freer. So that is going into May time. So the more that we go into spring, they're saying to me, the more that we're going to really break through some barriers and feel so much lighter if we can just be gentle with ourselves and yet still know that we absolutely can rise up. Okay? All right, and then, so June's card, the midpoint of the year from the Illumination Oracle, is water. Now, I absolutely love that because, again, the violet flame can be seen as fire, whereas this is more about going with the flow. This is our feminine nature, about taking things easily and gently, really spending time by the water if you can, but also knowing that we are hugely water, and our intuitive nature, our mother nature, our feminine essence is very fluid. It is just allowing all of the time. It's being. Our masculine energy is action, 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 whereas this is more about allowing and being and receiving and going gently through this halfway point of the year. If you can be by water, great, but this is also about emotionally being very gentle. And of course, if you're needing to release emotion, this can be just allowing those tears to flow and letting them be healing. Healing tears are just an incredible way to release, to open our hearts, remembering that ultimately all of it's about opening our hearts. So that's a gorgeous card as we head into the middle of the year. And then we go back to the Angel Tarot cards. It's renewal for July. So as we hit the midpoint of 2020, Jeremiah is asking us to review and evaluate. It says a favourable assessment of the facts, time to move in a different new direction. So again, more changes, but not from a place of fear, more about, am I still headed in the direction that I want to? Does this still work for me? Am I being fulfilled by my circumstances? What can I do to shift things and shake things up as I go into the second half of the year? They're saying also something around family as well is important in July. Coming together as family, making sure that you're on the same page, perhaps having discussions, communicating with each other clearly about what you all want so that you can really collectively be supportive of each other's dreams and goals. Okay, so that's July. And then we're going into August for the angel prayers. Don't hate, meditate. So August, having made some changes or being in the direction of changes again, the angels are reminding us of the importance of connection with our own self, our own spirit, our guides, our angels. It says, thank you, angels, for guiding me to love through meditation. So really unplugging if you can. Often in the summer we always think of it as the busiest time, but actually when we're busy I think it's even more important to make time to go within. So this beautiful angel, again, don't hate, meditate, also suggests if you are finding any conflict either with your loved ones or things that are happening in the world, it's even more important that we focus on the outcome that we want to see, focus on the truth, which is love, focus on what we can do as powerful spiritual beings having a human experience. Go into your prayer in whatever form feels right for you, but definitely do that in August. I mean, do that all the time as much as you can, but August, obviously there's something that's going to pop up that will really require us to go within. Okay, so then going into September with the Illumination Oracle, absolutely love this card. It's Magical Home. And we talked actually in July about perhaps coming together, making sure our families, our loved ones are on the same page. And this may mean that it involves a house move for you, a location change perhaps, but this could also be about creating more of a magical space for you in your current home. Do you feel at home in your space? How could you shift the energy? It might be a great idea to look into things like feng shui if you're into that, or even just do a nice autumn clean. For those of you in the southern hemisphere, of course, it will be a spring clean. Either way, this is like a reminder to me to make yourself feel good in the space that you're in, and also to know that when you're at home, just like we talked about with the meditation card, everything feels much easier to deal with. So going into a home physically, or also making yourself feel at home in the body that you chose, because it is magical. You are magical. Love this card for September. Okay, and October, so the last Angel Tarot card for the year is the Star. Absolutely loving this card. Happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans on the right path. So as we head into the last 3 months of the year, we're going to really feel that everything that we've been doing is leading us in the right direction. We're going to feel fulfilled. There'll be a real sense of purpose for us. This is one of the most positive, beautiful cards of the deck. I absolutely love this card. And Jophiel is an amazing angel to call on if you do need uplifting, if you do need to be reminded of the fact that you are capable, of the fact you're beautiful. Her name means beauty of God, so she's very uplifting, and especially a cheerleader for those of us who are wanting to just kind of have a bit of encouragement and reassurance that we can absolutely go for our dreams and that we can fulfill the things that we really want to do. So as we go into the autumn, or October rather, depending on where you are, Jophiel is kind of encouraging us to keep going and reminding us that we are indeed doing the right thing. Okay. So beautiful, beautiful card. As we go into November, I love this because we definitely start getting into holiday mode. And this card from the Angel Prayer deck by Kyle Gray says, trustworthy friends. Thank you, angels, for surrounding me with people I can trust and love. it's really interesting because what I feel is coming up is that as we make changes, as we say yes to our dreams, as we clear things away, as we really prioritize what it is that we want and where we want to go and how we want to feel, we're really going to be supported on so many different levels. And this actually reminds me of the card that we just had for January, which is that as we make those new decisions, we also attract new people. So that is also true as we end the year in November. Okay, beautiful, beautiful card. And you can absolutely ask the angels to bring you new friends, to bring you like-minded people, to bring you people that are going to celebrate the great times and comfort you in the harder times. It's a really gorgeous card, this, and a reminder that not only are we supported angelically, but we absolutely can be humanly as well. And then last card for the year, I absolutely love this. Again, very reminiscent of other cards that we've had throughout the year, and it's joyful thinking. So yay, we're going to be ending the year feeling joyful, but this is also a reminder to keep our thoughts focused on joy. This beautiful angel actually reminds me very much of Jo Fayel's energy, as we talked about. She's the uplifter. She reminds us to focus on joy rather than the things that are difficult. And as we head into December and the end of the year, it can be really easy to focus on the things that haven't been working, or the relationships that are challenging, or the holidays that we're not going to have. As much as you can, ask the angels to help you to focus on gratitude, focus on the things that do bring you joy. You don't have to do the things that everyone else does if that drags you down. Focus on this being a time for you to celebrate your end of the year, however you're going to do that. And know that it doesn't have to be filled with expectation of what the perfect holiday season is. This is about what makes you feel good, and the angels are really celebrating you. But actually, I think most of all, this is a reminder that we can absolutely have and do and be the things that bring us so much joy, and that by the end of the year, we're going to be feeling really accomplished and really satisfied. And most of all, have that lightness in our heart of all the things that we have moved through, all of the things that have transformed in our lives in 2020. I think it's going to be a big year, everyone. The major key points for me is that it's very much important that we focus on what is empowering to us rather than slipping into that victim mode. What changes can we go ahead and bring into our lives, and be open to the changes that perhaps may be unexpected as well, but always for our highest good. So you may want to say something like, thank you, angels, for the positive changes in my life. Right now, I am open to them. Thank you, angels, for guiding me to make positive changes in my life. Thank you, angels, for helping me transform from the inside out. And then the angel's key message also is to really make sure that we're focused on what it is that we desire. If we're finding ourselves slipping into fear, into mind chatter, into what's going to happen, into whatever we see on the news or whatever else is happening, it's really important to go within, to spend time connecting not only to our own self, but to our angels and to people that will also be supportive as well. So really remembering that when we surround ourselves with uplifting energies, when we go within and really connect to our truth, then we can have a much more fulfilling experience. We get to choose how dragged down we're going to feel at any given time. So our spiritual practice, as always, is deeply important. Okay, I hope that brings you many blessings, that you have a beautiful 2020. Of course, I'm going to be here throughout the year and throughout every week even, to give you guidance, to share these weekly readings with you, and also daily messages on my Facebook and Instagram. So do join me there if you haven't already. And also, while January is still happening, the year personal readings are still available. So if you would like a year reading where you can ask specific questions about different areas of your life and receive really personal, in-depth guidance, you'd be very welcome to check out my website, annagracetaylor.com. Information about the year readings for 2020 are on the homepage. Much love to you all, and have a beautiful week and a very happy, fulfilling 2020. Bye-bye.